Hey WordNerds, Erin Latimer here. I am about to start querying and I've written myself a checklist of things that I have to do before I start, and I thought I would share it with you. Step 1 is make sure your manuscript is polished. So you should have been over this thing so many times that you're completely sick of it. Also, more than one beta reader has gone through it and you've checked extensively for grammar and spelling errors. Polish it until it shines before you even think of sending it out. Number 2, you've done your agent research. When you send your query to agents, each one of them is going to have a different set of guidelines, as well as a different set of things that they like and dislike. It's important to look up interviews with the agents to see what they're looking for and what they're tired of seeing. There's another reason to do your research, and it's very important because some agents are scammers. They're not real agents. So you want to look out for that. Anyone asking you for money up front is probably a scammer. Also, some agents are they're not scammers, but they're just not very good at their job. So you want to do research on sites like absoluteright.com to find out what you're getting into before you query. A great source to have is Publishers Marketplace, where you can actually log on and look at the sales from each agent. Now, Publishers Marketplace is not a complete representation of what each agent has sold, as some people don't report their sales, but it will give you a pretty good idea. Number 3 on my list is know what you want. And it sounds a little funny because you're probably saying, well, I know what I want to be published. But I'm talking more specific detail. The first thing I would suggest is having a firm fix in mind of the first 10 agents that you think would really represent your manuscript well and that your book would fit in with what they love. So your dream agents, have an idea in mind of who you're going to send to and do your research on those 10 agents and then go from there. Also, decide right away if you're absolutely determined to get published with the big 5 publishing houses or if you'd be happy with a smaller press, because this is pretty important to know when you're thinking about who to query. There's sort of a conflict of interest if you're querying an agent who only sells to smaller presses, but you're only interested in the big ones. It's also a good idea to go into this sort of having a general idea of what you expect to get out of the author-agent relationship. Interviews are also a great way to tell what the agent's style is. Their methods of communication, do they Skype, do they email, do they check in every week, are they on Twitter a lot? That'll tell you a little bit about what you can expect from the agent. So that's 3 things that you should have checked off before you query. Your checklist might be a bit longer. If you can think of anything else that I've missed, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Tune in Sunday for the live WordNerds book chat at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. We'll be discussing These Broken Stars by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. Thanks for watching, fellow WordNerds, and I'll see you next week.